Why is it that some people stay fat no matter what they do? Maybe she was even fatter 1 or 2 years ago. She might have lost a ton of weight already and is still losing it now. If she does that every morning and you, slimmer, say that you couldn't, she's doing good, I reckon. Exercise is a small part of it. It's actually very easy to start eating more after you start exercising. But also, there are other factors. For one, eating disorders. You can erase hard work if you occasionally fall into binges. Health factors. 2, they get dismissed because there are people who play them up for pity, but there are people who have worse metabolism, thyroid problems, food allergies, etc., that make it harder to lose weight. Also, it takes time for progress to show, especially for bigger people. You usually have lots of water weight drop in the first month or so, but after that it's a very slow battle where noticeable change takes months. One slow change for me was dropping 3,540 pounds over the course of a year by cutting sugar. Yet, since it was slow and since I was still fat, no one noticed. That's how people gain weight. 2. 20 pounds on an already fat person is hard to notice over a year, but then another year. And another, and he can be in a significantly worse situation. She could still be eating enough to maintain her size even if she is fit. Losing weight is 80% diet, 20% exercise. It's possible that she just never cuts back enough on calories to lose weight even though she runs and has great endurance. Slow metabolism, health issues, she's eating more calories than she's losing. Exercise doesn't burn that many calories. A good visualization I heard once is that running a 5K, 3 miles, more or less burns the calories in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Women's healthcare isn't taken seriously, so women with underactive thyroids or with conditions like PCOS that make shifting weight very challenging never get proper help. It's always chalked up to not working hard enough. That's not the case for everyone, but it's a hugely frustrating factor when you're doing all the right things and you don't understand why they're not working. Abs are made in the kitchen. Sometimes when we see big people exercising, we wonder why they don't seem smaller, but it is definitely possible they were once much larger. Perhaps they still have excessive eating habits. Doesn't matter how much exercise they get in a day because you just can't burn off 4,000 calories. Diet is 10x more important than exercise when it comes to weight. I'm a nurse and I've never met an overweight, obese patient that didn't have depression, abuse, trauma as part of their history. I don't know the exact correlation and I don't have sources to share. That's just my observation. It's a myth that all obese people are lazy couch slobs that shove their face with unhealthy food. You'd be really surprised what some people do on a daily basis and remain big. Many people eat healthy and move their body and remain big, while others never exercise and have desk jobs and eat junk and remain relatively thin. I think there will be a huge shift in the dialogue around weight loss over the next 15 years. The science has already caught up and debunked the simplicity of CICO, but it takes a really long time for the medical field and subsequently the public opinion to change. If she runs a mile while very fat, that's 200 calories. Rough estimate for just under double my weight as a 5 feet 11 inches man. A 16 ounces bottle of Coke is 220 calories. Exercise isn't the key to weight loss. Diet control is. Someone with a full-time job and life responsibilities just doesn't have enough time to exercise a bad diet, as it requires many hours more effort than getting good conditioning or building strength does. Exercise also has the effect of increasing appetite. The most hungry I've been the past few months was the days after I hiked 14 miles and 2,800 vertical feet. That in itself can cause bad choices if someone isn't good about planning ahead. I hit the junk food stash in the work break room because I was too hungry to resist even after eating my sandwich. I'm really fit. Rock climbing 2x a week. 3x hard yoga classes at the gym. I run 24x a week 5K under half an hour. I have a lot of incidental walking and bike riding built into my life. I'm not waif thin nor do I look strong at first glance. But I am very strong, flexible and have good cardio stamina, which always seems to surprise people. Very few PPL I know who are thinner can keep up with me. I'm jiggly because I like my beer and fried foods. If I could bother to lay off that a month or two, I'd probably be a size 0 US and cut. But I like my beer and fried food, so I'm a jiggly 6-ish, but I could charge up that hill too. The answer is almost always diet. Exercise is easy once you get a routine going. But conscientious eating takes even more discipline. Emo. You can't outrun a poor diet. I run 10 miles most days. I'll still pack on pounds if I don't keep track of my calories. There's some genetic component to those who seemingly eat whatever they want and never gain weight. But for people like me that simply look at food too long and gain weight, it's fairly simple. Eat less calories than you expend and you'll lose weight. Calories in versus calories out. Is it? There's all sorts of bit in between that can swing it by a bit, but ultimately if you're not getting the calories, you will lose weight. Quite often people overestimate how many calories they burn. They might run 5 kilometers, think it's great, so they eat a big dinner because they're hungry as anything and maybe a sweet treat. You'll find you easily eat more than you burned off during the run. Genetics play a factor. I've always been skinny but find it hard to put on mass no matter how much I eat. I've got friends who are fatter than me but eat far less. But if we both ate 1,000 calories a day, we'd both be stick thin and die soon. How much do you eat? That's the only thing that really matters in this scenario. I can run 1 hour a day and get fat if I eat the 600 kcal I burned running as a surplus. It is a really complicated question. We all have different hunger levels, calorie absorption rates, and different rates of passive calorie burning. Sometimes those things stack up against people. Weight is also insanely hard to lose. If you've never been that fat, you might assume that the stuff you're doing now would bring you back down. But it wouldn't. It's much easier to simply maintain a higher weight.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.